This is LinkedIn Profiles Made Easy. Why LinkedIn matters. I know most of you have a LinkedIn account. Almost every business professional has one these days, but most people don't log in. Only about 40% of you log in more than once a month. So maybe you don't think LinkedIn's that important, but let me show you why it's important. What happens when someone refers someone? If you're looking for an accountant or a bookkeeper, an attorney, somebody gives you their name, first thing you do is you go to Google and you search their name to learn about those people. Google's going to contain all the information about you that's on the internet, whether it's your LinkedIn profile, your Facebook, your website. You see here on mine, my website comes up first, my LinkedIn profile comes up second, then entrepreneur.com, my publisher, comes up third. So your LinkedIn profile usually comes up in the top 2 or 3 searches for your name or your business name. So it's really critical that your LinkedIn profile gives people a good first impression. And when people come to my LinkedIn profile, this is what they see. You know, I got the banner, all my best practices I'm going to show you in this video. They see your banner, your headline. You got to grab their attention quickly because they're scrolling on their phones most of the time, and you want to get their attention and get them to read your profile. And I'm going to show you how to do that now. So who is this Ted Prodromou guy? Most of you know me. If you don't know me, I've been doing online marketing for over 20 years. I had a tech career before my internet marketing career, and had the opportunity to write Ultimate Guide to LinkedIn for Business and Ultimate Guide to Twitter for Business for Entrepreneur Press. And I've written 3 versions of the LinkedIn book. So did you know your LinkedIn profile is displayed to thousands of people every day? Most of you don't know this, but let me show you where it's showed. So here I'm looking at Robert Middleton. He was my very first marketing mentor way back in year 2001. And when I look at his profile, on the right side it says people also viewed. Now the LinkedIn algorithm takes your profile, your industry, your network, where you went to school, basically just everything that's in your profile that LinkedIn knows about you, and it puts it into the algorithm. And then it puts other people in your sidebar that they think are related. So this making that good first impression on that sidebar is where you want to get people's attention. Like Robert says, he helps business-to-business independent professionals get more meetings and land more clients with kindness. So that's your USP, your unique selling proposition, or your benefit-related statement that's going to get people to click on the right side. And years ago, I learned Google AdWords from Perry Marshall, and he taught us when the Google ads used to be on the sidebar. The whole purpose of that ad is not to sell your product or service, it's to get people to click on that ad. So if you take that same philosophy to LinkedIn, this people also viewed, the purpose of that little snippet, your picture, your name, and that professional headline is to get people to click on your profile to learn more about you. Now, let me go a little deeper in that. You show up when you connect with someone under my network, you accept an invitation. The LinkedIn algorithms say, here's more people that live in San Francisco, where I live, that are similar to you. You may want to connect with these people, or people in marketing and advertising. So they have a lot of different areas where they try to match you up with similar people. So you can connect with those people and grow your network with the right people. So every day you show up in that sidebar and people also viewed, or in this people you may know section when people accept profiles. So this is your chance to get people's attention here. And you see most of these people here just have their job title. 99% of the time it's your job title because by default that's what LinkedIn puts in front of you. So this is your chance to get in front of literally thousands of people on LinkedIn every day for free and get their attention. So how do we stop that scroll? Like I said, I think 70% of LinkedIn users are on the mobile device these days. So you want to get people to stop scrolling. I mean, everybody's head is buried in their phone probably 8 hours a day these days. And we're just scrolling through content, skimming it, looking for some word that grabs our attention. We stop and then we read more details. So how do we get people to stop the scroll and look at our LinkedIn profile? You got to make that first good impression. And like I said, I've showed you some people, they just have their job title there. They have a really terrible picture. That's the first impression of your business. That terrible picture of you. I see cropped photos. I see blurry photos. I see really bad headshots and really boring job titles. Why would someone want to click on that? Why would they want to do business with you? So there's 3 types of professional headlines. The job title, which about 99% of people on LinkedIn have, because that's what the default is, unless you override that. Second one is keyword or skills based. In your LinkedIn profile, you added skills and keywords to your profile, so you can get that into your professional headline. And then there's benefit driven, your USP, unique selling proposition. So here's Ryan Roslansky. He's the CEO at LinkedIn. He's using his job title. There's no reason for him to get cute and try to put his benefit related statement. If you're at that level of CEO of a Fortune 500 company, you don't need to tell people any more than you're the CEO at LinkedIn. Here's a keyword or skills based. This is Vivica Von Rosen, a good friend of mine. She's using the keywords. She's a LinkedIn expert. She's a LinkedIn author, international keynote speaker, Forbes 20 most influential. See, as people skim on their phone, if she sees LinkedIn experts, as you're scrolling, you're looking for someone to teach you LinkedIn, you're going to stop and read the rest of her profile. And then that banner up at the top gets people attention, get them to stop scrolling. So really don't put a big picture of mountains if you're not in an outdoor business. Make your background banner related to what you do. This is her logo. She works for Vingresso. She's the founder of it. So she's getting people's attention as they're skimming by. And here's a benefit-driven one. This is my friend Mike Walpert. He does video marketing and gets results. Elegant video stories that showcase your expertise and grabs attention. So if you're looking for a video marketer, you see Marin County, California. He's telling you where he works. He works with a lot of local businesses in the area, and he does video marketing for you. So it's very clear what Mike does and how he can help you. So if you're looking for a video marketing expert and you live in the San Francisco area, you're going to stop and read more of his profile. So recently I did a search for the word coach. I've been a coach since 2001. And when I did this search in February, I spoke at a conference in Denver. There was 2.3 million coaches with the people had the word coach in their profile. Now there's almost 6 million people that have switched to become a coach, some kind of coach, where the word coach is in their profile somewhere. And if you look on the right side here, there's 465,000 people on LinkedIn with a job title coach. And then I have 1,339 connections that are coaches. So I'm a coach. I've been a coach since the beginning of coaching. And this is what you're up against. So if somebody's looking for a coach, are you looking for a divorce coach? Or are you looking for a fitness coach? Are you looking for a lifestyle coach? What kind of coach are you? May is a professional coach. And then there's Jennifer. She does helping ambitious professionals clarify their next career move. So she's a career coach. She has entrepreneur career coach in there. And Victor Wang's CEO at care.coach. We're hiring. So you're up against almost 6 million other coaches. So you need to differentiate yourself right in this little snippet here. So here's how you can create the benefit-related professional headline. I help. Who do you help? What problem do you solve? How do you solve the problem? What are the benefits of my service? Those are things you can add in there. So get clear on who you help, how you help them. One of my clients said, do you feel stuck or overwhelmed by work, relationships, or stress? That's the problem they solve. I can help you get back on track and feeling great. That's the new opportunity. They're helping you feel better using a proprietary drug-free energy clearing process. That's the way they do it. That's different than other people who help you relieve stress. So you think about the problem and why is your solution different? It's a new opportunity. And what's the new way you do it? I mean, there really isn't many new ways to do it, but you can position your solution in that drug-free energy clearing process. Another client of mine, he's helping ambitious professionals scale their love life, lifestyle, and business. That's the new opportunity. Via charisma is his new mechanism. So he's a charisma coach. He helps people become more confident so they can improve their love life, their lifestyle, and get more business opportunities. Hope that makes sense. Think about who you help, how you help them, and why are you different than the other 6 million coaches if you're a coach, or if you're an accountant. How are you different? They really kind of work through that, and you want to stand out in that professional headline so people stop scrolling and read the rest of your profile. So think about your LinkedIn profile like a book. Back when Borders was a booming, we'd go into Borders, or you go to the library, or you go to Amazon. You're scrolling through different books, and a title grabs your attention. You pick up that book because the title stopped the scroll, and you open up the cover, and if it's a hardcover book on the inside flap, they're going to tell a story about that book. They're not going to, start reciting the book to you there, but they're trying to engage you so you keep reading that flap, and then you want to buy the book. So basically, this is the About section of your LinkedIn profile. So what you want to do is grab their attention with your headline, and then when they scroll down to your About section, you tell a story about you or how you solve problems for people. Go into more depth. Like if your LinkedIn profile is a book, they'd want to buy your LinkedIn profile literally to learn more about you and read that rest of that book and solve their problem. So here's a really good profile. He's got the background banner, Eugene, and this is basically all these famous people he's been near. So he's got the pictures. They're a little blurry, but he's kind of showing you social proof. I hang out with these kind of people. He probably went to conferences. I've been to 1 million conferences. You get pictures with the famous people at them, and by people seeing you next to Jack Canfield or Dr. Richard Sandler, they associate you with that person. So psychologically and subconsciously they think, okay, Eugene hangs out with some pretty famous people. He knows his stuff. And what does he do? He helps brave millennials evolve beyond inner plateaus, isolation, and overwhelm to create high leverage lives of meaning. See, if you're a millennial, a brave millennial. So he's complimenting millennials. And they have inner plateaus. So he knows a lot about millennials, and he helps them overcome those plateaus, and they feel isolated and overwhelmed, and they create high leverage lives of meaning. So if you're a millennial, you're going to stop and read more about that. So if you've ever done any copywriting or read sales letter, you've seen this format. You've seen millions of ads using the same format. They talk about the problem. They say what's possible. They paint that picture. And then you talk about Eugene's struggle. So basically, here's a problem. If you solve this problem, here's what your life can be like. I had this problem myself. I struggled for years. Then I had this breakthrough. And then there's a call to action. Let's dig into this a little deeper. So here's the problem in Eugene's LinkedIn profile. So this is directly from his About section. As a growth-oriented high performer, do you ever experience? Talk about how busy they are. You don't enjoy perks of your lifestyle. You have brain fog. And you succeed, but question yourself, or leadership more often than you'd like to admit. You thrive in either business or your private life, but rarely both. So he's laying out problems that he has seen millennials have, or he's had himself. Then he paints the picture of what's possible. So what if instead your life looked and felt like this? Wherever you are in the world, you're in control of your habits. Your mind is quiet, balanced, and decision-making is intuitive. You show up confident and empowered in your relationships. And your inner alignment earns you respect, friends, and new business wherever you go. So he's painting that picture of, I'm going to solve the problems you're struggling with, and this is what your life can be like. And here's the struggle. He struggled. He said, I invested my entire life in helping people create extraordinary leverage in theirs. This mission became clear after a serious personal encounter with death forced me to examine my old default life, overcommitted, imbalanced, and never enough. The problem was I didn't know how to change or where to start. So see how he's talking. He talks about the problem. He talks about what's possible. They said, I had this problem too. I'm just like you. So now you're thinking, Wow, Eugene struggled too. I can relate to him now. Then he had the breakthrough. And he motivated to take my second chance count. He set out on what became a multi-year round-the-world odyssey to find and later collaborate with the foremost leaders in human development. And that goes back to the pictures you saw on the top of his profile. These diverse visionaries taught me the tools that change each part of my life. So he's basically saying it was a big, long process for him to figure this out. And there's a lot that went into it. It wasn't just a quick solution. He said no single method completely spoke to me as a location-independent business owner, multicultural adult, strong but sensitive, male determined to live and do better in a complex world. So over the years, I redesigned and tweaked the gems of these methods into a modern change model that works, matters and works. So he talked about his struggle, the problem, what's possible, his struggle, his breakthrough. So now he solved the problem that all these millennials are having. He solved it for himself, and he changed his life, so he knows this works. Then there's a call to action at the end. Experience what creating a high leverage life of meaning can do for you. DM me for more information. So this is basically, if you read millions of sales letters, you didn't know you were going through this process. But again, it was the problem, paint the picture of what's possible, personal struggle, how you solve the problem, and how I can help you solve the problem. So that's really what your LinkedIn profile is all about. And then you fill out the rest of your profile, the education, the more information you put in there, the more the algorithm learns about you and puts you in front of the right people. So if you want more free LinkedIn tips, just visit yourlinkedincoach.com. And I'm Ted Prodromou, and thank you for attending.